Hello and welcome to our Friday night Women's Dames and Drinks Candlekeep Mysteries game. We are starting out tonight, session 0, our very first one with this group of lovely ladies here. They will be adventuring and mystery solving. So we're going to get them started out here. We're going to go around and get a little quick character introduction so we can kind of know who we're working with. And then we'll get right into it. We'll start here at the top with Miss Lorelei.
Hello, everyone. I am Lorelei. I am playing a drow sorcerer. I am a researcher at Candlekeep, if only to give us an excuse as to why we are there so often. And yeah, nice to meet you all, and I hope you enjoy watching us.
Perfect. Next, we have Pearl.
Hi, I'm Pearl. I'm a level 1 Water Genasi Druid. Yep.
Perfect. Okay, that's all I got to know. Next, we have Pax.
Hello, I am Pax, and I am an elf ranger. I do enjoy drinking a nice dark stout, especially when it's aged in a nice rum barrel.
Ooh.
My background is a folk hero, and I am exceedingly humble.
Exceedingly humble is perfect. I'm super happy about it. Next, we have Tar.
I'm Tarjuk Kafire. I'm a dragonborn bard in training and continuing to learn and grow.
Perfect. And last but certainly not least, Rivka.
I am playing Rivka, who is a human barbarian. Playing her pretty much like a shield maiden Viking badass woman. And she's coming to Candlekeep to learn different ways to maybe take vengeance on her crew that was destroyed. Hates men, though, so hopefully she can find some good party members here.
Perfect. Well, ladies, let's get into it. So, Candlekeep. 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 Here we go. All right. So, we bring you this live action Dungeons and Dragons roleplay. And we're going to get these ladies here into some theater of the mind and the rest of you as well. So sit back and enjoy. So, ladies, all of you are traveling in this covered wagon. It's bringing you in to this great library some of you have heard so much about. Some of you have maybe been there. This wagon is bringing you to this little tavern that they have there in town. Candlekeep has its own little tavern there. It's going to bring you in. As you approach Candlekeep, you will see that the enormous double gates of Candlekeep are 3 times the height of a human and wrought of black metal, magically warded to foil attempts of damage to them. Both doors are emblazoned with the sigil of Candlekeep, and one of the 2 gates stands open far enough to admit visitors during the day, the other kept completely shut. Bedecked in purple vestments, you see 5 avowed priests of Denier overseeing the front gates, examining and discussing written works presented by hopefuls trying to gain entrance. So you are Approaching this gate from far away, you can see the priest there, stopping people and checking and letting them in if they pass. If not, you're seeing some people get away. You hear a few whispers in your cart from some of the other people traveling along with you. You hear them whispering of, "Did you bring the book? Are are they gonna? Is it gonna be good enough? Do you think they're gonna let us in?" What do you do?
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure your book is good enough. They will definitely let us in. Don't worry.
Oh, did you bring a book too? What kind of book did you bring?
Ah, well, I brought a book on astronomy, but I technically work here, so it's not as big of a deal, but yeah, it'd be fine.
A book on astronomy. Oh, I I brought this elven cookbook from my grandmother, and she's had it in her family for a long time, and I hope some of these recipes would be helpful to the library. Not nearly as interesting as yours, though.
I brought this book of rare music I've collected over my travels.
Oh, rare music! I do love a good song.
There's so many from so many different communities and places and races. I'm very excited to be bringing it here.
Oh, I'm sure they'll love it. Oh, that sounds like a really good book. I love music. Maybe when I get inside, once they let me in, then I'll be hearing some of the good music at the tavern. I hear the bards that play at the little tavern here are just absolutely amazing.
I look forward to judging them closely.
There's a tavern? Mmm, drink sounds great right now.
There is a tavern. I hear they have the best dwarven mead in all of the land. So your wagon travels along, and the little elven woman that was sitting there speaking with you, she goes quiet again. And you go along in line. There's two carts in front of you, and you hear the priest asking, "Books, please." And you see the wagon in front of you. They present their books. The priest kind of look them over and hand the books back, and you see them, turn the cart away. And then your cart rolls up. "Books, please."
I hand over my book.
I open my book and hold it outward.
So you see a long, bony-handed priest take the first book, and he will start to look it over. "Ah, a book of astronomy. We have many of these." He flips through the pages. "Oh, but this is quite interesting. One admittance, miss." And he hands you back your book. And he'll take the next one, looking over. He'll notice the music notes. "Oh, a book of song." He flips through. "Oh, some very, very good songs here. Yes, yes. Do come in. Next book, please."
Hi, here's my book, and I'll kind of timidly give it to him.
"Oh, very interesting book indeed. I don't know if I speak this language."
Oh,
Hmm.
yes, the it's a book of the history of my people. I'm a water genasi.
Oh, I knew I recognized this dialect from somewhere. Primordial. Perfect, perfect. We have some information about Genasi, but we could always use more. Fabulous. Next book, please.
I'll hand over a book of some of my tracking times as a pirate.
A tracking times as a pirate book. A ledger, an adventure's ledger. This could be this could be helpful in writing some histories. But do we have enough history writing? He quickly ponders. I suppose we could use one more. One admittance. Next book, please.
I would pull out a book about the hunter's mark and how to apply it in an urban setting.
Ooh, modern problems require modern solutions. What an interesting book, dear. Yes, yes, yes. Admittance for you as well. Next book, please. Oh, here, my grandmother's elven cooking book. And the young elven woman, she'll pass over her book. Oh, these are some very interesting healing recipes. I've never seen a pergolette used in such a manner before. Perfect, perfect. Admittance granted. He checks over the next few books, and you're able to enter Candlekeep. So your cart will roll on through. And you are, let me open this here for you. You are now able to enter into Candlekeep. So you'll come in the front gate there, and the cart will roll you over to the left side of the gate to the stables. So that's the long gray building there. And you'll see several other buildings around you, including the Emerald Door, which is the great entrance into Candlekeep. You'll see the tavern there at the southernmost point, the candle for the House of Rest and the Hearth, where you're able to head on in and start having some drinks.
I am so down for a drink. I don't know about any of you all. That was a long ride.
It was. A glass of wine actually sounds delightful right now.
Let's go
Yeah,
see if
maybe just a thimble.
I could go for a pint of stout.
I need a couple pints.
All right, so you head from the stables over to the Hearth. From the outside, the Hearth appears to be a modern, modest tavern of sturdy construction with warm light emitting from a pair of small windows on either side of the front door. Upon entering the establishment, you quickly realize it's 3 times more spacious on the inside than it appeared. The bar seats up to 20 customers and patrons and can also be seated comfortably at round tables with stout wooden chairs and rectangular tables with benches. A dozen soft and cushy armchairs encircle the fireplace in the center of the room. The Hearth's patrons are a mix of fresh-faced adolescents, stodgy scholars, and eclectic guests. So you are able to enter the tavern.
Well, shall we get a table or a bar?
Grab a table. I'll go. What does everyone want to drink? I'll go grab the first round.
I like how you think. All right. I'm going to look for a big enough table for all of us.
that one over there close to where the bard is going to set up. The bards that we hear are supposed to be wonderful. Let's sit there.
I'm down with that. I like good music with my ale.
All right. And I think once I get everyone's drinks, I'll go up to the bar and get around for everyone.
Aye, lassie, what can I do for you? Says a stout dwarven man from behind the bar top.
Hello, good sir. Me and my friends just arrived from a long trip. Any chance we could get a round of drinks?
Of course, dear. What can I get you? We have ale and wine and water for people who drink that in a bar.
I will sit there and give him everyone's order. Few
Oh.
ales, a few wines, probably a few glasses of water, just in case, but yeah.
Okay, lassie, here's your drinks. 2 copper each, please.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Aye. Goes back to cleaning the bar.
All right, ladies, we have drinks.
Thank you. Glass of wine for me, please.
Yes, I'll take a wine too, please.
I sit down and start handing out the drinks.
I'll take the mug and take a hearty chug out of it.
Just a delicate sip for me.
Okay. So, as you are sitting and enjoying, you see a tiefling man step up on the stage, and you will hear them begin to sing.
Born of the horn and the tail, born of curse infernal, a charlatan and a fiend. No one cared and no one ever would see. You can't escape what you are, they say, but I'm not what I seem. A breaking stone won't break a chain, but you can never break me. I crush the stones for the road until the day I saw a flame. The goblins came, the people ran, and alone I fought 'em in the rain. And on the night when others hid, I became what they never would see, until Torn, the god of law, granted me a paladin's esteem. From that day on, I made a vow to help those who can't help themselves, and to Torn I'll forever bow, and to his ways I'll parallel.
That was lovely. Heartfelt. That was original music.
Bravo! Bravo!
Woo! Good job!
The young man, he does a bow, and he goes back to just playing some tavern music in the background, just some good ambiance music, as you are able to sit around here and enjoy your drinks with each other.
So tell me, what brings all of you here?
I plan to do more research and learning about music and also some writing. It's time for me to be in a quiet place to create my next song from my heart.
Mm.
How about you?
Oh, I technically work here at right now I'm just a researcher, but I hope to actually climb the ladder one day. I specialize more in astronomy and interpreting the stars. Occasionally I take trips out of here, but to do my research, but yeah, it's a good place.
What brings you back this time?
Well, I found all I could at Silvery Moon. Uh, they were going on about some meteorite that fell or whatever. Wasn't actually as interesting as I thought, but I got some good notes, so enough to actually make a little book to add to our collection.
Ah, so coming back to write it all down. Everybody's quite the quiet bunch here. You all in your cups already?
I'll take more than that to put me under. For me, something happened to my crew, and I like to find some answers. I know, obviously, here won't give me those precise answers, but I know that there's potential here, so that's why I'm here.
Well, if you ever need help, feel free to ask.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course.
Pearl is just kind of sitting quietly in the corner, very observant and listening, but, kind of just staying quiet.
You see, walking past you as you guys are talking, you hear two young gentlemen talking very loudly. They appear to have been drinking quite a bit and maybe oversharing in their obnoxious conversation. Yeah, that book is here. It's got the face of that wizard on it, and it's gonna help. I'm telling you, we just gotta sneak in. No sneaking, no sneaking. That'll get us kicked out. Uh, we should just tell the truth. You know, our village, it needs help. But if we sneak in, then we could just get it. No sneaking. And then they're just walking past you, and you can hear that little bit of conversation as they make it to their table.
Excuse me, gentlemen, why don't you come join us? There's plenty of room, and
Oh, do you think she's talking to us? She must be. I don't. Maybe a girl talking to us. There's a bunch of them. A bunch of girls. Yeah, let's go sit. Okay. They'll get up and they'll quickly. Oh, hello, ladies. Yes. Hello, ladies. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Steve, and this is my brother. Well, not Steve. He tends to go by a different name, but he'll tell you maybe. Why do you have to be so complicated? Couldn't you just tell them that my name is Jim? Well, Jim is such a lame name. Steve is better. You know what? I'm done. Hello, ladies. I'm Jim. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you, Steve. And not Steve, apparently, Jim. That's quite the introduction.
Oh, my brother, he's quite the character, aren't you, Steven? Oh, Jim, he's just jealous because you ladies just wanted to hang out with us. And clearly it's because I'm handsome, strapping, and attractive.
Clearly.
Well, I admit that caught my eye, but you guys were talking about this mysterious book, and, well, there's only so many ways one can entertain themselves.
See, I told you were talking too loud. No, well, you were talking too well. Like you should. You know what? Yes, we're looking for a book.
I'll place my hand on one of theirs. Oh, come now. You can trust that we can keep a secret. Come on. I'd love to hear more about it.
Well,
It sounds incredibly interesting.
so, all right. You look like you can be trusted, don't you? I can trust you, can't I?
Absolutely.
Oh, well, if you say so. All right. Well, they'll sit down next to you, and they'll pull out this little parchment.
One here.
And when they pull out this little parchment, it'll show a picture of this book. Now, we've heard that this book here, this heavy, thick book here with this picture of this wizard on it, can help us in our town. Our crops are failing, and the livestock stands in the field like stick figures, and the rain has dwindled. And our town thinks there's a curse, but we've heard that this book here could help lift that curse. Our town mage, his name is Matrius. He was studying, and they've sent us here to get this book.
Tell us more about this curse.
Well, we think it's a curse, but we don't know for sure. It's really affected all of our living. We can't really eat much. Our town is losing food. Our crops are dying, and our livestock is just so skinny now. We think it's a curse, but we don't know for sure.
How long has this been going on?
Oh, a couple of weeks it's been getting really bad, but it started a few months back.
What was the first thing you noticed when it started?
Well, they went to go plant the beans, because you always plant the beans first, nitrogen in the soil and makes things grow nicely. And plus they planted corn last year, so they kind of cycle everything out, just farmer things. And when they went to plant the beans, when they were supposed to sprout, the little bean sprouts just died when they broke earth.
Oh, that sounds awful.
It's definitely challenging to live that way.
And so this book, what, you just have to come get it and bring it back? What's it supposed to do?
Well, supposedly there's information from this great mage in there that'll help us lift whatever curse that it is maybe on our land. It's our last hope. They've tried everything. Druids have cast, all of their nature cleansing spells, and we've had our own wizards and sorcerers try to, cast any of their kind of spells, and we even had some alchemists make some poisons, and that guy Vinny got his face blown off. His girlfriend, she was really upset about it, but they tried. He'll never be the same. That poor Vinny. Oh gosh, man, I didn't know that. I didn't know that somebody's fingers could bend that way, but it was interesting to watch. But anyways, nonetheless, we've tried everything.
Is there a way that Pearl can insight them? Like, does she believe what they're saying?
Sure, roll it for me.
Also, I want to ask,
17.
How did Atreus learn about the book being here, or learn about the book?
What about the book? I'm sorry.
how did Matrius hear about the book being here or know that this book could help?
So, firstly, from your insight of 17, you very much so believe that they are telling the truth. Um, Even though they are drunk, they do appear to be very adamant towards you. Uh, they appear genuine in their discussions, nonetheless. Um, Matrius, he heard of the book because they are a mage that studies, and they've been here before. They had a room here. They used to be here to study all the time, but they came to our town and they said that maybe this could help fix it. So that's why we came back.
Well, I have a little proposition for you. Now, I know you were talking about maybe sneaking it out, and that's one idea, but maybe instead we could go find it, and if it looks like what you need is in there, we could just bring that information to you. This way, you don't get in trouble.
You lovely ladies are going to get our book for us? What are you, an adventuring group or something?
Well, like I said, there's only so much entertainment one can get around here, and this just sounds so fascinating.
Well, if you go get the book, then we can stay here and drink. Yeah, because listen, this wine, let me tell you. Have you tried the wine? I'm sure they've tried the wine, Steve. Well, so yeah, sure. Let me tell you a little bit about this book. What it's supposed to look like, other than this picture, because maybe there's other ones that look like this book, right? It's very, very heavy. Its covers are ornately tooled leather, and they're supposed to be decorated with some gold something.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so it looks like that, and it's got the picture of this guy. Apparently he's some magic guy. I don't really know who he is, but that's what the book looks like. Yeah, here, you can even have this picture.
Thank you. You are just too kind. And thank you for trusting us with this. I promise you won't regret it.
Oh, I can tell for certain from the twinkle in your eye, darling, that you would never steer me wrong. Now, I think my cup is broken since it's nothing in it. My brother and I, we shall take our leave. We'll meet you back here later, though.
Of course. Ta ta.
And then we'll get up and walk away.
Did they happen to write the name of the book on the paper?
I don't think
Are
they ever used the name.
are we really thinking of getting this book for them? I mean, they seem genuine. It's a little silly, but I don't know if I'm willing to take a book for these people we don't know.
Oh, I
Honestly,
don't want to get it for them.
so I have a
I,
listen. There, you all seem cool and all, and I'll go with you, but I think there's some talks that may have to occur afterwards with them.
personally, I think everything about this book sounds weird, and I don't trust them not to create issues, so I'd rather they not deal with it.
I'm just wondering why they're so anxious for somebody else to get the book as opposed to just going and asking for it themselves. Plus, did you see the cover of that book? Like, look at the picture. That looks a little magical and angry. Angry's never good. Always gets you in trouble.
Okay, but you can't tell me you're not just a little curious about why this wizard supposedly wants this very specific book, right? When suddenly this is the only book that could supposedly help their town?
I agree. It's definitely curious. I think we should check it out for that alone. However, I think we need to be smart about how we do it.
Yeah,
We don't have to take the book. Maybe we could just see what's in the book and see
well,
if we should give them the book.
do any of you know, have we ever seen this book? Would any of us know what this book is about, or like who the person is?
It's got an angry man on the front. Rivka, do you want to chime in about angry men? How trustworthy they are?
If you are curious about the book, you are able to roll a history check to see if you can recognize the face on the front.
That's a 21.
Okay.
I got a 6.
Nice.
I know nothing.
Oh, I also got a 6.
All right. So, as Lorelai looks a little closer to this picture, and having studied in the library before, she quickly realizes that she recognizes the face of this mage, the face of this legendary mage, as Mordenkainen.
See, the
Huh.
name sounds bad.
Yeah, sounds totally badass. I don't know anything about this person, but
Lorelai, fill us in.
Oh, God. What do I know about him?
Well, what do you know about Mordenkainen? Let me tell you what you know about Mordenkainen.
I'm assuming powerful wizard.
Let me tell you a little bit about Mordenkainen, because this is something that you will know. Mordenkainen had a hawk-like face with a permanent frown that gave the appearance of alertness and almost anger. He kept a penetrating gaze. Almost anger and a penetrating gaze. He kept a close trimmed beard and wore his gray high-collared robes. His voice was deep and melodic. While imprisoned in Barovia, his hair and beard were both long, black, and peppered with gray streaks. And when he turned mad, his eyes crackled with eldritch power. He was primarily resident in Oerth, but by at least the Year of the Shield, his spells were not uncommon among spellbooks in Faerun. Following the demise of the Circle of Eight at the hands of Venka during the Lich's first failed attempt to obtaining greater deity status, a grieving Mordenkainen was consoled by Elminster as the wizards reflected on the fragility of their good deeds. Mordenkainen later traveled to Barovia in an attempt to free the local population from its vampire dark lord Strahd. However, he underestimated Strahd's power, and after barely surviving a confrontation with him, he lost his spellbook and his staff, eventually losing his memory and being driven to the brink of madness. He became known by the locals as the Mad Mage of Mount Bartok.
I will tell the party exactly that.
Huh. Really hate when that happens, being driven nearly to madness.
yeah. Dang.
That usually happens to me when I get into a fit of rage, but I do like a good brawl.
So this parchment lays in front of you. You've seen the picture on the front of it. Have you examined anything else on it? Flipped it over, looked around it?
We probably would have.
Okay, so you'll notice when you flip it over on the back side, you'll see some notes written in a very elegant language, not common. A dialect probably close to Elven, as the two young men that sat in front of you appeared to be Elven. Do any of you read Elvish?
I do.
Yes.
Okay. So you will see on the back, in quotations, the first thing, the joy of extra dimensional spaces. And then underneath of that, you will see that it says, it is on the desk of Matrius's room. And then there's a little note for the guards of the Emerald Gate to let the bearers of this parchment into the library to the room.
Oh, I will relay that to the rest of the group. Look, we got a way in. It's like a key.
But if they had a way in, why wouldn't they just use it? Why do they need us to do it?
You're right, man. They're elves. They should have known.
Because they're men and lazy. So
Yeah, they
want-
just rather drink, I suppose.
True.
They're men. What can you expect? If they can have someone else do the job, they will get someone else to do the job.
You are so right, sister.
Does
And
that
let's be
mean? Oh, sorry. Does that mean we're doing the job?
Depends on what we're going to get for doing the job.
Those were kind
Oh.
of my thoughts too.
I'm just so curious. I want to know.
So I'm sure they can't take all of us, so we can go and get it, learn what we can, take whatever potentially we're interested in, and then barter.
Besides, let's be real. We could probably do this a lot faster and more efficient than they would ever have been able to.
That's true. And we don't have much else going on right now, do we?
Nope.
I say let's do it. Let's go get this book.
I'm curious. I want to go for it.
Plus, did you see the size of the ruby on the side of that? I don't know. It just caught my eye. Shiny thing.
I'm
And
all
hey,
down tiny as well.
if they really need this book that badly, I'm sure they'll be willing to hand off a little bit of money for taking the time to get this for them.
Yep. And we know a bard. She could write a badass song so that we get the props.
True facts. And I need subjects for my new composition. So this works out well for all of us.
Inspiration. Indeed.
Ooh.
Yes, you can sing how we're the heroes of this town.
I already have melodies floating through my brain.
Come on, let's go now.
Yeah, let's do it.
On it.
So you are able to finish your drinks and maybe have a few more if you wanted to before going on adventures. Wine and adventures, beer and adventures, mixed drinks and adventures. Why not, right? What mysteries couldn't be solved with a little extra help?
Oh yeah, I would totally go for another ale.
Well, that sounds like a good idea, lassie. As the bartender brings another round.
Pearl just looks at her completely full cup. And then at the other cup in front of her that's filled.
Are you not going to finish that?
I pay the barkeep, and then I take a water I need to be sharp to get all the details down for my song.
Yeah, I'm sipping on it.
All right, but when we're ready to go.
All right. So you enjoy your drinks in your camaraderie and you laugh and giggle at the whatever you laugh and giggle about, I suppose. I don't want to assume of your conversation. And you're able to head towards the great emerald door to lead you to the library, where you are stopped by one of the sages. Library cards, please.
Would I have a library card?
Hmm.
The picture.
Yeah, maybe that piece of paper is the library card.
I'll hand him the paper.
Oh, curiouser and curiouser, he says as he reads the note. You went into the room of Matrius. Matrius isn't here. How do I know you're not tricking me?
Look at me. Do I look like I would trick you?
Well, one could never be so sure. You can't just trust anybody in a place such as this. Do you know the knowledge locked behind this great emerald door?
Of course I do. And that's why I would never betray your trust by trying to trick my way in.
Roll me a persuasion.
How's a 23 look?
You know, you seem very convincing. I suppose you couldn't just come here and lie to me. This is an interesting book. What do you need this book for again?
Well, we heard about this little town that supposedly has this curse on it, and we just wanted to help them out of the goodness of our hearts. And also, we're just kind of curious and have had a little bit too much, so it just sounds great right now.
Yes, yes. Okay. I suppose. I'll lead you right to the room.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And he will lead you to the room of Matrius. He will take you right to the private study, open the door, and leave. So you are brought to this private study of the mage who was mentioned to be as Matrius. When you enter into the room, it is just a small, looks like scholar's room, a bed, a desk, some shelves, some magical effects around the room, supplies, things like that. Clearly somebody who studies regularly. You see several books around the room, one large book laying on the desk with the pages wide open. And that is what you see.
Perhaps we should investigate the rest of the room before we go straight for the desk.
I agree. Let's just look around.
Good
I'll keep
idea.
watch in case anyone comes.
Okay.
I start looking around in drawers, in under stuff.
You find various tools of experimentation, different ingredients for spell casting, things of the sort, different pieces of wood, different sizes, things that may be used for polymorph or to cast spells into. Just nothing really of interest except for the books and papers on the desk.
Not really anything here, just a bunch of old used stuff and spell ingredients. What do you guys see?
I'm looking through the book titles and papers.
You see on there. Just a couple of books randomly. The first one that you see is The Art of Potions Mastery. You see another one, Time and Space Continuum and Why You Don't Mess with Them. The last book you see that is not the big giant one just simply says My Notes. And then you see a big open thick book in the middle of the desk and some random parchments with scribbles all around it.
You should look at that notebook, Lorelai.
Oh, yes. I'm already flipping through it way ahead of you.
The notes in the book appear to be a cipher of some sort.
Well, someone's paranoid.
Has anybody ever seen anything like this before? Can we figure out what it is?
If you look at the large book on the table, you see that the cipher on the pages in the notebook seem to correlate with the pages open in the book. The pages in the book appear to be also somebody's handwritten notes. And the cipher in the notebook appears to be cracking the code that is in the main book.
We should take both of these.
That would probably be best. Not sure if he managed to crack it entirely, but if nothing else, we should be able to.
Who's touching the big book, though? I'm not touching the big book.
Do you want to try to look at the open pages of the book now? Or do you want to wait?
I think we should take it with us and look at it somewhere safe.
Yeah, I will look around and see if there's like a ruler or just something I can use to kind of close the book and then nudge it into my bag.
Good plan.
Sure. Go ahead. Successfully able to put it in your bag.
Okay, let's take this to one of our rooms and we can examine it safely. Agreed? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, good idea.
We should probably do that.
Is there anything else we haven't gone through yet?
Not in the room, no.
Okay. Well, yeah, maybe we should go somewhere safe, especially if anybody comes back.
Definitely not near the tavern. I don't think we should let those guys see this until we've had a good look at it.
I believe I should maybe have a room, unless it's gone now. It's been quite some time since I've been here. Let's go ask if, or maybe there's like a private little study area we could borrow. Let's go talk to one of the people.
The sage guy who liked you, he'd be able to tell us.
Yes.
Okay. So you stop the sage at the emerald door when you're on your way out and ask?
Yeah, excuse me, I hate to bother you. Is there a private place we could go to study this book, maybe?
Well, you could have studied it in the library, but I suppose since you're out here, you could use the House of Rest right there next to the hearth. They've got some decent-sized meeting rooms in there.
Thank you.
Of course. Enjoy.
Come on, let's go.
Yes. Thank you so much for your assistance. Have a good day, sir. I will quickly walk with the others to the House of Rest.
All right. So you go into a room in there, and you're able to sit down. You have this large book and a book of researchers' notes, some of which you found were a cipher, others of which you maybe might not have read completely through yet.
Is anybody here really smart? I don't know if I could figure this out.
I mean, not to brag, but I am fairly intelligent.
I do okay. Would we be able to break the cipher with a investigation roll?
It would be an arcana, actually.
I'm all right with Arcana.
I got +2. Let's see what I get.
I have
Does
a
a
+3.
does a 13 break the code?
13 meets it, beats it.
Whew.
Woo! Congrats! Good job.
So, as you look at the pages that are particularly looking to be a cipher, you are able to decipher the shorthand code written there in the book for the word scepter.
Scepter. I tell the party what it says. What does it mean, scepter?
That's all scepter. Does it describe the scepter?
It doesn't. Not in those particular pages of that notebook, no.
That's something above my intelligence, so go on, you guys. If you guys need some brute strength, I'm your gal.
If I put my hand on the book and say scepter, does anything happen?
If you put your hand on the book and say scepter, does anything happen? You know, it doesn't.
Your guess was as good as mine.
Maybe we should go back to the room and say it?
Is there a spell we can use to reveal information in the book about the scepter? Any additional information?
There might be more in the book.
Which book? The journal or the big one?
The big one.
Yeah.
Not as far as you can see from where the book was open. It doesn't really talk about a scepter. Where the book was open to seems to be handwritten notes of a mage named Fistandia, who was very much into the study of extra-dimensional spaces, similar to those created by the Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion spell. Fistandia spent her life writing and in and out of Candlekeep before she had passed away, so this is a very old book. You can see she has written notes along the inside of this book that she did not write. This big, large book is not something she has written. She just has written some notes about it in the margins. It appears as if whoever had been studying this book last had found these notes, and within these notes, maybe had found something more interesting than what the book had to offer in itself.
Okay, then let's check the journal.
All right. So you're going to read through the journal. As you begin to read through the journal, you realize the journal that you're reading belongs to Matrius himself. Matrius is known to be an expert in the application and removal of curses. He has some notes written down here about a book called The Joy of Extra-Dimensional Spaces. He has noted that it was donated to the library by Festandia when she disappeared. In her will, that book, along with several others in her collection, were donated. She bequeathed her entire collection in appreciation for the many years that she had spent in Candlekeep and its hallowed halls. This book is a treatise on the extra-dimensional spaces similar to those created by Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion spell. This information alone made it worthy of note to her, but her additions in the margins are even more interesting. Many researchers have pursued this book over the years. You see more handwritten notes of some of the researchers that had come looking for it, no names that you had recognized. You see Matrius has also scribbled a note where he had been curious on the up and disappearance of somebody like Festandia, as strong of a mage as she was. And you see where he had notes written about possible gateway ? He also had notes of she stayed in room number 133 whenever she would come. He also had a small note next to that said she stayed there every time. Coincidentally, you can recall that the room number that Matrius was staying in was also 133. And the word portal is written several times throughout his notes in his journal.
I think we need to go back
to his room.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Do you guys think there might be something hidden there? Like a portal, maybe?
Maybe,
Some
but
invisible space?
It would be interesting to see where this portal may go, if there is one there.
I mean, we can go check. What can that hurt?
Yeah, I can detect if there's any magic around, so maybe we could start there.
It's worth a shot.
Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah,
Let's put
let's
the
go.
books back. Now we'll go back. Sir, I'm sorry, but we need to go back in the room. We noticed in his notes he mentioned something important in the room that we forgot to grab.
Sure. He'll open the door and just let you go.
Thank you.
Once we get to the room, Pearl will kind of sit down on the ground. She'll kind of make herself as small as possible, and she'll ritually cast Detect Magic. And she'll say, this may take a little while, this may take a few minutes, so I don't know if we've kind of already investigated everything, but sorry.
So,
It's fine.
as Pearl spends the time casting the detect magic spell. You see a shimmering gateway appear in the room before you.
Well, hello there.
I just stare at it open-mouthed.
I guess this means we have to go, right?
I just need to take out my notebook and write a quick description of this.
Oh, there's no way forward and through, eh?
This is absolutely fascinating, and this is wonderful, and I love everything about this. Let's go.
Let's go.
So there is this shimmering gateway in front of you. If you just try to walk through the door, you realize quickly that it's locked, and you can't just walk right through it.
Scepter?
As you speak the word scepter, the doorway creaks right open. And the only thing you see on the other side is a purple swirling mist.
Well, who's going first?
Whoever has good constitution, and that's not me.
I will.
Screw it. Let's go into the unknown. And I just run right in.
I'll totally go forward first.
All right, I'll follow.
All right. So you are able to walk through the gateway, and it quickly closes behind you. As you step into the courtyard of a luxurious but not ostentatious giant mansion, the structure is open, airy, and constructed of stone blocks. The floors of the building are hardwood. There's some carpets through the building and things of the sort, brass and bronze fixtures, doors of iron-bound oak, furniture all of deep brown wood, most of the rooms illuminated by oil lamps. Surrounding this large mansion is a swirling indigo miasma, hovering 20 feet from the building on all sides. So you have stepped out into the courtyard of, the front yard of this large mansion building.
Pearl will just kind of stare in awe. I've never gone through a portal like this before.
I am so glad we went and got drinks. Had we not done that, we would have never ended up here. Oh my gosh, this is wonderful.
Have any of us ever been here before? And where is here?
I don't think I've ever been here before, but I have taken a few blows to the head, so I don't quite remember everything.
Same. I've been in a couple tussles myself.
So there is a giant front door to this particular mansion.
Is it on the other side of the mist, though?
No, it's not. You are inside of the mist. The mist surrounds you and the building.
Okay.
The mist is about 5 feet behind you, and you're probably about 10 foot from the door.
And it's not doing anything to us, right?
The mist,
Yeah.
not at the distance that you're at. No.
Okay. Well, shall we head to the door? There's nowhere else that feels safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's knock and see if there's anyone here.
Yes.
All right. So
I'm going to go on that door.
All right. You approach the door, and when you do, just as you raise your hand to knock, the door swings open. Now, the door is going to swing open. You will be in this picture here where it says middle level. The double doors there in the front is going to open you into the foyer and a long hallway. And you will notice the ceiling arches to 15 feet overhead. The long hallway stretches out on either side of the foyer. Standing in the middle of this area is a middle-aged man wearing gray robes.
Lorelai, go talk to him.
Is he moving at all?
I'm sorry?
Is he moving at all or just standing completely still?
He is standing there. He doesn't notice you right away. He looks like he's maybe talking to himself, reading from a small book. His back is to you.
Well, hello there, sir. Who might you be?
Oh! Wow! You've startled me. Who? I'm Matrius. How did you get here?
Atreus? Wait. Hold up. Those boys said
Maybe
Atreus.
that the guys were saying that told him to come here.
Yeah, it was. Hi. Well, we were reading through these notes and we found our way in, but we were told that there's this village that apparently has a curse, only there's a gentleman there, a mage, by the name of Matrius. He sent the boys that we met to Candlekeep to find this book, and apparently you're not there, you're here.
Oh, yes, me. I am Matrius. I was working on cracking that curse of that village. I did ask them to get the book. I came to get the book myself, and it was not something that worked out too well, as you can clearly see. I am here and not there. So I was able to get a message out for them to come and get the book. I had hoped they would figure it out and get me out of this blasted place. I've been stuck here since I opened the portal. I can't get it to open back up. Oh, he stops for a moment, pauses, tapping his chin. How did you get here?
I so don't believe him.
Yeah,
He's a guy, but he's being all invasive. I totally want to insight check him.
Yeah, that's Pearl's first thought too.
Go ahead and roll your insight.
Not great.
Oh, shit. 4.
I thought mine was bad.
I got a 15.
Oh, there we go.
You actually believe that he is telling the truth. He looks to be a typical scatterbrained mage. You can see on his robes some patches of gray soot where it looks like he maybe had experienced an extra explosion or two in his day. making him a little more scatterbrained than he normally would have been. But he does appear to be telling the truth to you.
What the hell happened to you, dude?
Well, so I was here studying. I was at Candlekeep studying the joy of extra dimensional spaces and trying to figure out some curious discoveries that I had made when I got a call from a small village. They had a curse that needed to be lifted. I went to the village and was trying to help them, and in my trying to help them, I also continued to work on my research. And as I continued to work on my research, I opened up the portal and it brought me here. And just in time for me to get through the portal, I was able to get a message out before I left to get those silly, silly boys, apprentices of mine, brothers, really big knuckleheads. I don't, oh gosh. I assume you met them, Stephen and James. They can be quite interesting. My apologies that you had to deal with them, but I just wanted them to come and get me. I figured they would figure it out, but here you are.
You should really learn how to filter who are your participants.
Well, it was a favor for their mother. Long friend of mine. We went to school together back in the day when we were young, aspiring bards, before I realized that it wasn't my calling really to try to sing. And she's been having a hard time since her husband passed away, and I just thought I'd help her out.
Okay, so would you like us to help you exit?
Well,
the door's right there.
Since you're here, this mansion, I think it has so much more information. I've been a little too afraid to explore by myself. Maybe we can explore a little bit more before we go back. I did find this little statue. He'll hold up a statue of a little imp. I found this little statue when I was exploring, and I want to take it back to Candlekeep to study even more.
And why should we help you? Explore this unknown territory?
Yeah, the rest of the mansion, it's very interesting to me, and I have only deduced that this mansion belonged to Festandi, and she was a very, very educated scholar, and there has to be a wellspring of knowledge throughout here.
I mean, I'm not opposed to exploring.
Do we get to keep what we find?
Well, it's not my house. I didn't see anything.
And are you just coming along for the ride, or are you helping?
Well, I would really like to continue to explore the mansion myself, but I think I could be much more useful back at Candlekeep in the village. I've done a lot of research here, and I think I might have the skills to keep the portal open from the other side with your help. If you do this for me, I will take you back to the village and or I'll take you, when you get back, I'll pay you some gold.
I think we need to do a truth check or something.
Yeah, does he seem trustworthy?
This feels funky.
'20 insight.
As crazy as he seems, he appears to be telling the truth.
I don't think he's gonna fuck us over if we help him.
Hmm. Well, do you guys have any other plans tonight?
No. Yeah, let's help him investigate this creepy mansion.
Okay.
Well, perfect. I very much so appreciate you, he says as he tucks into his bag the little onyx imp statue, little figurine he showed you. He says, there should be still enough magic where you just came through the portal. I should be able to go out and do what I need to do. And he goes
Wait,
to.
wait. That little imp statue. We want it as a down payment, and we'll give it back to you when we get back, and you give us the gold.
Oh, there's another one inside. It's in the study you can have.
Great, great. We want that one that you have.
Oh, okay. I'll go get the other one then.
Perfect.
He gives you this little tiny onyx imp statuette, and he runs into the study and grabs another one and then runs back out and says, thank you so much. And he turns to head out the door. Oh, before I go, just take notes on anything you see. If you find anything interesting or any books or something you think will help the library, bring them back. And I'll see you when you get back. And he steps out the front doors of the mansion. As as he steps out the front door, you see them slam shut behind him, locking you inside the mansion. And you hear a loud shriek from outside. And the little tiny imp figurine that he had reveals its true nature as an actual imp and spends its time taunting Matrius around outside.
Wizards, they have no common sense and no self-preservation.
You know, you're not wrong.
I'm just going to put this imp down right here.
That might be a good idea, yeah. Well, I guess now we have no choice but to explore the mansion.
You know, since we're locked in. All right, which way should we go? Left or right?
So you're in a long hallway. You're standing at a set of double doors. If you stand and face the area directly behind the double doors, you will see a doorway on the left, staircase in the middle, another doorway on the right, and then two doorways more on the left, and then one all the way at the end, and then one more door on the right, and then another all the way at the end. So you're able to either go upstairs, go left, or go right.
Let's go left.
You want to go left. So on the left, there are three doorways, one almost directly in front of the main one, about 15 foot down, another one, and about 20 foot from there, another doorway, and then one right in the end hallway.
Door number 1?
All right, door number 1. When you open that door, or you approach that door, you see that the room, the door is left slightly ajar of this room. The entire far wall of this room is a floor-to-ceiling bookshelf. Even more books are resting on several large scarlet armchairs and small wooden tables. There are several paintings on the walls. A fluffy black cat is curled up on one of the chairs.
Oh, kitty!
I go over and approach the cat and pet it.
The cat sits up and meows at you plaintively as you approach. Meow.
I open my arms and offer the kitty comfort.
You can make me an animal handling check, please. Because we know cats are assholes. So maybe it doesn't want to be petted. We'll find out. Let me look at your. You should be able to roll right from your sheet. If you pull up D&D and Beyond, and I can actually roll it for you. So that would be a 20 from you, Tar, which is successful in this activity. Lets you pick it up and snuggle it as you look around this study here.
I therefore snuggle the kitty.
Pearl would like to go over and look at the books.
Okay. Go right ahead. You are able to look at the books. There's a lot of books here, and you know it will take you some time to investigate them to try to see, what's all around here. But if you spend about a half an hour or so, you'll begin to realize that almost all of the books in this study were written by someone named Fistandia, most of them being her memoirs. You also realize that Fistandia was a powerful mage as well as a priest as of Maestra. She frequented Candlekeep to further her studies. In exchange for Fistandia's pious service and achievements in expanding the arts of magic, Maestra granted Fistandia a permanent extra-dimensional mansion for her to reside in while studying in Candlekeep. And fearful that a guest might become trapped in the mansion, Fistandia hid the command word to open the portal to Candlekeep on the spines of 7 books in her mansion.
Can I look at the spines of all these books?
Yes.
Like, what am I looking for?
One moment. You are not able to fully discern that much yet.
I relay what I find to the others.
Well, there's a ton of books in here, so let's examine and see if there's anything odd about the ones in here. There are bookshelves, I think, and there were books on the armchairs, I think.
There were some tables near the red chairs.
There were some tables near the red chairs.
And some pictures on the wall, too.
Yeah. There are pictures on the walls. There are 3 paintings hanging on the walls. A landscape scene with a large green dragon emerging from a grove of pine trees. A study of a Pegasus in flight, and a portrait of a unicorn in a wooden glade. There is a book sitting on one of the armchairs. The book sitting on the armchair has a familiar face on the cover, and the spine of the book has a large letter on it, the letter I.
The familiar face, is it uh, the guy out there playing with his pet imp?
Nope.
Okay. Familiar face.
Does it look like the joys of extra dimensional spaces?
Does it look like Mordenkainen?
Yes.
Does look like Mordenkainen.
Is this the book?
I think it would be.
So
it
we
looks
should
different from the others.
so we should take it with us, right? Should we
Yeah.
should we open it? Should we look at it first?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go ahead and open it up. Read the cover page and maybe the table of contents.
So you're opening the book. Well, when you do open this book, it just appears to be pictures of the paintings around the room in several different styles all the way through the book. No words, just pictures.
Oh, it's just pictures. Hmm.
And it's the same pictures over and over again, correct?
Yep. Yep, just painted in different styles. Picasso, Dali, Van Gogh, different kind of art paintings.
I put the book down.
Let's take it with us.
Okay.
Well, there were 7 books, so we might be able to figure it out once we get all of them.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think we should take it with us. I think we should look closer at these pictures on the wall as well.
Do you think this book must be magic, right?
Probably.
Can we check that?
Yeah, I mean, I could ritually cast it, so it might take a minute or two, but yeah, I can detect magic and see and maybe learn some more information about what school of magic it is.
I think that's a good plan. Plus, we're locked in here, so we have time.
Mm,
You
that's
look at
true.
the book, and I'm gonna play around with the paintings in all these other books. Maybe there's something we missed.
Okay, I'll ritually cast detect magic.
On the book with the letter on the spine,
Yes.
it doesn't really appear to be magical.
Let me see.
Maybe a slight trace of magic, but nothing too much more than what you would expect in the mansion that you're in, given it was written by a mage. No particular school, though.
That's kind of surprising. I'll tell everybody. Can I could I study the you guys someone said that they were going to study the paintings. Would any of us recognize what's in these paintings?
They're just very basic paintings. One, the landscape scene with a large green dragon coming from a grove of pine trees. The other one, a scientifical one, looks like the study of a Pegasus in flight. And then the last one, a portrait of a unicorn in a wooded glade.
What about the bookshelves? Are there Anything odd about the bookshelves then?
You can roll me an investigation check and I can tell you.
Okay. That's a 6.
You don't, that doesn't tell you anything different. It just looks like a bookcase.
Is it possible that I could also look at the bookcase?
It is.
Okay. Investigation.
Yeah.
14.
When you guys are kind of walking along this bookcase and investigating it, kind of looking at these other books, you notice something interesting on the left side of the bookcase on the far wall. You notice that it feels kind of off, and that there is a book on the bottom shelf of that bookcase that also appears kind of off, and you pull it and it opens a secret passageway.
Good eye. I completely missed that.
I think that means you should go first since you missed it.
Fair enough. First, I'm gonna cast Mage Armor just in case.
Okay. So this bookshelf here opens to a staircase that descends what appears downward. As you go down these stairs, they take you into a little set of hallways, a door directly in front of you, and then a hallway that kind of juts down. You're on the lower level here. You'll see if you go down the long hallway, there's a door on the left, and then if you go to the hallway in front of you, it'll open into another room all the way at the end, and then a room right there in the center. So you can go to the singular room or to one of the other ones.
Let's try the singular room, I guess.
The one on the left?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So you turn down the L-shaped hallway there, and you open this door, and the air here smells of astringent chemicals. Long wooden tables stretch across the room, laden with vials, beakers, and flasks holding various liquids and powders. Books are stacked between the glasswares and chemicals. Yellowed paper charts and blackboards full of complex formulas cover the walls.
Oh,
Pearl would like to start looking for books and looking at their spines. Just
Okay.
getting right to it.
I'm just investigating around while petting the kitty.
Our group of brave lady adventurers here has gotten themselves to this mansion of interest and are doing a little exploring. I think what we're going to do is leave it here the night before we start exploring another floor. And we will pick up with the exploration of this room here next Friday. So, all right, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next Friday.